Hey Parash, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. How are things? Are you watching the match?
No, no, not at all.
Not at all. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, just give me 1 second.
All right.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So
So,
how are things?
yeah,
How are things with your studying going?
I actually I was on a break due to some personal issues and all. I mean, it was regarding my family and all.
I
Someone,
see.
yeah. So I had to take a break like for 2 or 3 months. Then I resumed my preparation since this October, I guess.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah, now it's going okay, I guess. I mean, I can't say much about it
Yeah, yeah, I
because
know.
I'm thinking of taking my exam by next month because I'm applying for round two. So earlier I was supposed to apply for round one, but
Yeah.
then I had to take a break for some reason. So then I'm applying for round two. What about you? I mean,
I don't have a. You can see my screen, right? You can see my.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't have. I was hoping to take it also by this year. I don't really. I want to apply for round two at least, so I get some experience with the applications. Because in case
Mhm.
it doesn't work out, then I can apply for round one again next time. But
Oh,
yeah, I'm not. I think I'm around the 650 to 700 region, around there.
mm,
Um, I enjoy. I think nowadays I enjoy verbal more than maths. So, and I'm just, I always try to look for a study buddy just to get, I think both, it helps both. And
yeah, right.
what we do is normally, because I've done it with some other people, we just share some problems and we just say, okay, how do you think about this and how do you think about that? But in regards to mine, I actually started studying 3 years ago, but then I took a break by mistake. I once took the exam, I didn't do well, and then I took a one about a 1.5 year break. So that was a mistake, I think. And now I'm back again. I've been doing it now for about uh, um, I think around six to 8 months. I've been doing it hard, but the thing is, I sometimes take a break. I need a break sometimes, a couple of because I can't keep doing it, and that's the thing. That's what's going on with me. Yeah,
I
but yeah,
understand. I mean,
I'm planning on doing it in November-ish, or I don't mind if it bleeds into December also, but I would prefer finishing it off in November.
how much experience you have? Okay.
Work ex, I have around 8 years of experience now.
Still you are like, I mean, on the verge of deferring to next year. I mean, don't you
Yeah,
think
I
it's
know. I know. It's if I don't, maybe I have to do an executive if it doesn't work out. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I mean, I don't have a. I mean, there's no point in applying with only a 660 or 670 to
right?
some of the
Right.
schools, some of the good schools. I mean, my resume is not that nothing that special. Also, it's okay. It's not bad, but nothing special. Also, uh, I think I really want that high score, and then maybe I'll apply because it's no point in my view. It's very competitive.
It makes sense. So why don't you start with like about a little bit of yourself? Like, what's your undergrad background? How did you?
My undergrad background was I went to Indiana University.
All right.
I did a dual major, finance and supply chain. I'm not doing anything related to that. I've been with Accenture since my start. It's
Right.
about 9 or maybe 8 years now with the company. I do project management, PMO related stuff. So I do
Right.
more. So I've done the PMP. I thought about doing an MBA to maybe try to get into consulting, but I don't know. I'm not very good at um, in these exams and stuff. So it's okay. It's okay. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I work in project management. So I do everything from making sure the project's on target, making sure that if there are any delays, what are the financial costs,
Mm.
and informing the managers and stuff like that. It's okay, not bad, but there's not much. It's a very rote. It's the same thing again, and every month you have to keep doing it. It's an accounting based. I guess I have to do a lot of forecasting and stuff.
All
So
right.
it's okay. It's not bad, but nothing. I'm not doing anything strategy related or anything like that. So
So were you in the US like from beginning, or like you
no,
just
no,
moved
no,
to
no.
work?
So my parents we came here. I think now it's been now 9 years almost. Now, maybe 10 years, 8 to 10 years to Canada. We came to Canada. I was in the US for college, and then we moved to. My parents were always in India. Sorry, we lived outside of India for most of our lives actually.
All
But
right.
after I finished my undergraduate or my BBA, and then we moved to Canada because we got our PR cards.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm a citizen of Canada. Now I'm a citizen. So I am here. But yeah, I was recently in India recently only. My brother got married, so we were in Kolkata for a while.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah. So it's a bit kind of. I was hoping to get married and stuff, but I don't know. This thing keeps getting in the way. I was hoping to finish off this and then get married. And let's see.
Right. Thanks. I understand.
What about you? Are you
Mm.
married or you? What's your?
Yeah, I'm married actually. It's been almost 4 years since I'm married.
Okay.
So I have almost 9 years of experience, and I did my undergrad in engineering. So, well, like it's a good university in India, like IIT and IT, right? So something like that. So
You went to
uh,
IIT?
no, but it just below IIT. I couldn't went there because I couldn't get a good branch. I mean major. So I went to just below the top below college for
Is that
IIT. Like it's an
is
NIT.
NIIT? And is that the NIIT? Is I
So,
okay?
National Institute of
Yeah, that's
Technology.
pretty good.
IIT.
That's very good. That's very good actually.
Yeah. So yeah. So like, and then I think I started working for Government of India, Ministry of Steel, and I've been working like with them since then, and it's been almost 9 years.
Okay.
And yeah, my basic, like I'm into more of a consulting, so I'm an infrastructure advisory, like sort of engineering. I deal with technical things, a lot of things. Now
I
I'm into like sort of project management since last 3 years. So I have had a diverse role, like I was into tender and contract department, and then I core engineering and then project management. So I had like I've been into most diverse fields in my career. But then I think yeah, so I'm serving my notice period as of now. I resigned already. Uh, because I don't know. I mean, I don't see any growth in here. That's why I think
Yeah, me
I
too.
resigned.
I don't see any growth, and I'm just doing the same thing again and again. And even for me, I don't see any growth. See, like my friends were doing MBA, so I thought maybe let's just do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
So yeah, I mean, that's I think yeah. In a nutshell, that's all about me. I mean,
yeah,
I have few other things like I have a startup and I'm running a startup since 3 years.
I
Uh,
see. I see. So you want to do
but
your MBA in India only, or you want to try to see abroad, or you're not sure?
no, no, actually, I'm intended to go for Europe mostly because I want to do a 1 year MBA, right? Like NCR, like how I am days and all. But
It's
then then I think about the job situations. I have a couple of friends who went to INSEAD this year.
How are they doing?
They're doing good, pretty good.
They're doing
I
good.
mean, yeah. So I think that's about the Europe. Like you have a lot of struggles in finding job, except for INSEAD, I guess, because SEC, Paris, IMD, they all have their fair share of struggles for finding a job because their network is not that global. Like.
I
So yeah,
see.
so that's why I'm also intended to apply to US, I guess, with some sort of scholarship if I can get. That's why I'm keen to apply in round two, at least some sort of university, Darden and all.
But you don't do 1 year MBAs, right? You can't do a 2 year MBA, can you? Or you're just gonna
Why?
try?
Yeah, I will try. I mean,
Okay.
if they, because I have had a word with consultant like Stacy Blackman and all. They say my profile is good. I don't know. It's what they are saying because I'm running a startup. I've been involved in NGOs. I have done like a lot of community work sort of thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and my extracurricular is way too
Pretty
much.
good.
So and academically I'm good. Like I'm top two institute. I mean I undergraduate from top two institute and all. So except for my GMAT score, which I've been trying to get, all
Yeah.
seems all seem to fit in the right track. So yeah, that's that's the plan. So by next month, if I'm able to get a good score, then I think I'll apply
I
for
see.
at least 5 or 6 schools, and let's see.
What were you like as a student? Like, remember in 12th grade and stuff? Are you CBSE or
No, I was state board.
state board?
Yeah,
State board.
a state board.
How were your grades then? Were you like top 10 or top, I don't know how many students in your class or your
No,
batch?
I mean I was top 200 in the entire state, like in
That's pretty
12.
good. That's very good.
And then I get into this NIT. My ranking was like it was under 15,000 all India rank. There are more like top 1 percentile you can say.
That's right. Did you took courses for that NIIT, or like how in IIT you have those brilliant tutorials and stuff? Hello? Hello? Maybe I'll try switching off my video. Maybe it maybe helps.
Hello, sorry, the
Maybe,
power went off.
yeah, no, no worry. Maybe I'll switch off the video. Maybe it helps with the connection.
Yeah, sure.
Did you take those brilliant tutorials when you remember studying for NIIT, or is that a separate exam?
No, no, actually I didn't take any sort of like tutorial and all, but then I took some sort of this correspondence courses, like they send me some
Uh-huh.
textbooks and then I study it.
Yeah,
Sort of that, but not a classroom program and all. So
I see. All right. Anyways, hopefully, are you know that Avi is this one? He said that he was going to sign up with some Facebook.
yeah, but I
It is
don't think
expensive.
I can make it. It is expensive, and I guess that is the secondary thing. But the primary thing is I'm gonna take my GMAT in maybe by next, like November third week. But I don't see a reason like why should I pay for 1 or 2 session the
I
whole
know
price,
it's
like
really expensive, and it's just and he's again going to teach quant again. If people say like fuck, I mean, who the hell wants quant? Like how much more quant?
yeah, right.
So, anyways, I was looking at through some of I solved I think 4 out of 6 of them. Parash, I
Hmm.
couldn't go to the other two unfortunately. Maybe I
All right.
this one I thought what would you select for this one? This was the one that you sent snowmobiles in the park.
Wait. I
Yeah, take
think
some time if you don't have to remember it, but I was curious
uh,
which one did you select? And I can discuss what I selected.
yeah.
Yeah, feel free to open it on your side, huh? Because maybe the screen is not.
Yeah. Sure. I'm reading. I'm just reading. You can zoom out and
Okay.
just
I'll
show.
just go through some of the other ones you sent because I went through only 4 out of 6.
Yeah.
On the side, I might check the score. Sorry. When you first told me, I was like flabbergasted that you selected Sunday. Oh my God, look at the score. It's only less than 150. This is a
So you like cricket or what?
Yeah, I mean, not so much nowadays, but before when I was in class, like every match I used to watch, like every India match I used to watch. But now there's too much. Like, but I watch IPL finals and semis. I follow teams and stuff.
Alright.
Anyways, back to GMAT. I'm just doing some other one. I'll just go through that one,
Yeah.
and we can discuss because I've gone through it already. I've done that one.
Okay.
Because a drop shoots the price.
Yeah, I think I was pretty, I don't know, I was pretty confused, because I was not able to come to any conclusion, like what should I choose in order to counter the business person argument.
Yeah.
So I think I just went with D without thinking anything.
Yeah.
Because yeah, so I sort of tracked time while I solve. So
Yeah.
that's why that I think when I rushed into the, okay, I have to select one because I cannot skip the problem. I have to mark something. So I selected D. So I think the the concern that I'm sharing with you, because the reason because of which I shared this question with you is that I don't know. I mean, I, I try to solve argument like in a pretty, like a thoughtful manner. My process is same all along, but then there are some passages which I feel that I don't know. I don't get the context. Like what could be the answer? I mean, so can you tell me, like, while
So I'll
reading
tell
the
you what you mentioned. I selected A personally, and I did not even look at the other choices because I was pretty confident with A. Let me look at the answer. I did not see the answer intentionally.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
I'll
right.
tell you how I thought about this. So the
Yeah.
environmentalist is saying that look, there is just a lot of air pollution because of these snowmobiles. It's just too much air pollution. And he's an environmentalist. He cares about environment. A lot of pollution, it should be banned. Okay, so I'm just going to write it down. Environment, a lot of pollution. That's what it's saying.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
businessman is saying, listen, I know there's a lot of pollution. Bring many out-of-towners to this place in the winter months, and it brings a lot of benefits to local students. I know, in addition, the money the town collects in fees for the recreational use of the parks. In addition, the money the town collects in fees for the recreational use of the parks benefits all the residents. So it's basic economics for us to put up with the pollution. So the businessman is saying, I know there is a lot of pollution. But listen, there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits. So now it's saying, which of the following, if true, could be best to counter the businessman?
Right.
How can the environmentalist counter the businessman? I think when I was pre-thinking, I thought, well, maybe this pollution will probably, I'm looking for something. I said, maybe this pollution is bringing healthcare, is causing people to go to hospital, and that is driving up costs because of the pollution. I'm looking for something that says, listen, I know that there are some financial benefits, but this pollution, there is pollution, but there are a lot of financial benefits. But maybe because of this pollution, there are worse financial benefits. I mean, there are some benefits, like bringing some fees for the recreational use of the park, bringing some benefits to local residents, giving them employment or something. But maybe there's something worse in terms of money that this pollution is causing. That's what I was hoping to achieve before I even read any of the answer choices. I really liked A because it said, well, listen, this noise and pollution is keeping other cross-country skiers away. Because now this is saying, well, you know what? I mean, the snowmobile people are causing pollution and they're bringing money. Yes, they're bringing money, but they're causing pollution, these people on the snowmobiles. But if we don't have pollution, we can instead get these cross-country skiers to come. There will not be any pollution, but you'll still get the money because these skiers will come, and these benefits that these snowmobilers have given, I think the benefits these guys can also most likely give them to these local residents as well. That's why I thought A was accurate.
No. So what I thought of A is like, so what it's essentially saying is that, okay, first of all, I got a little bit confused with snowmobiling and skiers. I don't know what the hell is that. Skiers, I would say, like those who like ski in the snow, and I don't know what snowmobiling is. So it's like a little bit of out of context for me.
Yeah.
Because, but then I thought, okay, fine. It's what A is telling us that, okay, like cross country skiers, they are now capped from visiting Melville. That means they can't they can't visit Melville because of the noise and pollution that snow will generate, right? But then I was thinking how it's linking skiers and snowmobiles, because they are essentially telling that the noise and the pollution that actually the snowmobiles are generating, right? That actually those things are keeping the skiers from visiting, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if those things are keeping the skiers from visiting Millville, but I don't know whether skiers is sort of a tourist thing, or like is it talking about this, like I don't know. I mean, whether it's related to any financial benefit. So I thought, okay, I don't know how is this related. So then I thought, okay, maybe I did not understand it really well, but then now I look back, I think it's telling that many cross country skiers are definitely, it's like tourists per se, right? Because it's not from Melville, right?
Yeah.
They are from cross country, so they would be tourists. But I don't know. I mean, it hit me like, okay, how could they generate financial benefit? So That's what I thought. I
See,
guess.
I see what you snowball brings many out of towners. So this is an activity. I think what you're saying. I think you're right actually. Snowmobiling is an activity, whereas the skiers is actual people.
Yeah.
So your concern, I think, is legitimate. It brings many out of towners. The money, okay. Snowmobiles, okay, so there's a lot of noise and air pollution. Okay, this is saying that, listen, you'll get these out of towners, skiers, a great many cross-country skiers
Yeah.
are now kept from visiting. So they must be out of towners, these skiers, because they're not visiting, because they've kept out of visiting Melville,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're out
Because
of
it's already
towners,
saying cross country.
right? And they will bring, I think you have to make a little, um, they will, because they're out of towners, they will bring the same, they should bring the same, I think that is these benefits as well as the fees. They should bring these two because they're out of towners, and they will not, these skiers are, they will not provide the noise and the air pollution.
Yeah, I
And
mean, yeah, now that I think it makes sense because they are telling, okay, look, snowmobiles are generating those noise and pollutions. So why the hell we want to keep snowmobiles when same amount, when maybe great many skiers can come and they can give us the same financial benefit, and
exactly,
at the top of it they are not making any pollution maybe, right?
exactly. And because, yeah, if you I, if you so when I think of a snowmobile, I think of this you, I'm sure you must have seen this. You can see this on my screen. Can you hold
But
on?
no.
I'm sorry. Hold on, just 1 second. So this is what the snowmobile is.
Okay,
So
all
you can
right.
see that. Whereas
Okay.
the ice skier versus ice skier
Yeah, I know, like
is
there's
someone who's
skiers,
doing
like
this. There's no pollution in this, and there's no
they do it
noise.
manually, sort of.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas in this one, there's a lot of noise, and because they're both out of towners, I think they should be able to bring the same benefits. Now, I agree that there is a little bit, you have to make that assumption that given they're just out of towners, they'll bring those same benefits mentioned in the red over there. Uh, but I think that
Right.
could be, remember, it could best be used. So that's why I liked A and I didn't even look at anything else. I said, well, look, you can get the same benefits and you can get the same collection and fees for the parks. Though in addition, the money it collects in fees for the recreational use indirectly benefit. I'm not sure how
I
this.
think, yeah, this is just a distraction, I
I
guess.
think
I
so.
mean, this has nothing to do with the
I think I'm not sure
argument.
how the gray really helps even the snowmobilers or the ice skiers. I think it's a distraction. But
Yeah, yeah.
I think this is now saying that, listen, you can get the same benefits, the financial benefits, and because it's skiing, you're not going to get the air pollution and the noise that you will get when you are when you're bringing snowmobiles. That's how he's
Right.
trying. That's how this environmentalist is trying to, because he's trying to trying to counter the businessman in terms of money, thinking in terms of money. So I need an answer choice that talks about money.
Yeah, yeah.
D, industrial pollution has been significantly reduced in the past few years without any. Well, yeah, I think D is a very attractive choice, but maybe it's possible that industrial pollution is, you can reduce industrial pollution, but the fact is the businessman is talking about, frankly, a recreational kind of activity. This
Hmm.
this is more about, a factory. You can reduce the amount in the factory. And I don't know if you can translate that directly into, just 1 sec. Yeah, I don't think you can say that, it might have been possible with an industry, with a factory without any adverse effects. But maybe if, so the reason D is wrong is, sure, it works in factories, maybe in the factory, but does it work if you were to switch, if you were to cut off snowmobiling snowmobiles, how are you so sure that the financial benefits will not reduce? Maybe in the factories, with the help, in the case of the factories, there was no adverse effects on the economy, but how can you say for sure that snowmobiling, if you cut out snowmobiling, there's no adverse effect? Just because it
Right.
happened in one industry doesn't mean it's going to happen in the recreational industry, in the tourist industry.
Also, I think argument is only concerned with air pollution, but this is about industrial pollution. I don't know what industrial pollution could contain, right? I mean, I think that's also maybe a valid reason to eliminate it, but I don't know. I mean, I think because I skipped A and could not, didn't understand maybe A,
Yeah.
I found all the other choices really irrelevant, and that's why I like, I chose. I just had to choose, so that's why I chose D. I think because
Yeah. But I think your concern is true that, how you, just because you replace skiers with snowmobilers, even though they're both out of towners, eh, is that definitely something that'll
but
uh
yeah, it definitely counters a bit, I think,
yeah,
because
it,
hmm,
it counters a bit. I think, there is a little bit of assumption you have to make, but I think that's how I personally eliminated it. I don't know if, let's see if anything else. uh, I like this Ian Stewart, he's pretty good.
hmm.
Yeah, they will attract a great many other visitors, as they say. Oh Lord. In the
He
same,
says,
yeah,
and
they will presume,
presumably, yeah,
you have to make that presumption in the way
yeah,
as
yeah.
snowmobilers do.
That's I think that's how I got this a
Yeah.
little bit of concern. I mean, how could I assume those
Yeah.
things? I mean,
Yeah, I
so
think
that's why.
it's difficult. That's where I sometimes struggle, because sometimes they say, well, you can't assume that, but I don't know in this question.
Sometimes that's why GMAT CR is little bit of, like a theoretical, and it's between theoretical and formal logic, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why it's difficult. LSAT CR are really easy. I mean, it's just formal logic. I really enjoy doing it, but then
How is your SC? Are you good with SC?
I'm okay with SC. I think.
How'd you do this one? This one I really struggle personally. This
Tell
one is
me.
the principle of feel free to go through it. I'm just curious how you thought about it. I can tell you what I did. I haven't looked at the answer.
Okay.
And this one I struggled.
Mhm. So okay. So basically, his this argument is about what the principal believes, right? So I think it's sort of an inference question. Yeah. So I think the reason for sending you out this question is the the correct answer choice, which this OG claims. I had a little bit of doubt in the correct answer choice because I think
Don't tell me, don't
it's
tell me. But just reason through it. How
yeah.
did you reason through it?
Yeah, so basically, see, what's the argument is about. So the principal believes that since, okay, so wait, okay. So I'll start from here. So this principal, he's complaining, like
Yeah.
because his school was included in this like most troubled, most trouble in the state, a list of most trouble in the state, like 50. There's a list of 50 schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then he says to reporters, see, I mean, there is no graffiti, people, like sort of that thing. No one is doing
Yeah.
drugs, and then math, this scores, math and reading scores, they're also going up for every grade. But then he says that, okay, I accept that in the fifth grade it's not going up, but then we are not the only low, we are not even the lowest one in that fifth grade. There are schools which are below us in the fifth grade achievement, but they are not included in the list, maybe, right? So that's why he thinks that it's unfair. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, so the question is asking about, okay, based on what, like, principal believes what, like, so that he makes those remarks. I mean, this is unfair and all, right?
Yeah.
Why does he think that it's very unfair? So now I see, I do not do much of pre-thinking, because I think if
Yep.
the answer choices are in those five options, I better get to it, because I think there is no point in wasting time. This is my opinion, okay? I
Yep.
mean,
Yep.
don't
That's
you don't have to agree or disagree. I totally understand. So then I looked into a, like, the school in question had never been included on the list before. Well, I don't know. How could I know that the school had never been included in the list before, right?
yeah.
I mean, does it make sense? I mean, if but I think I was a little bit curious to know, like, whether school was because if school was included in the list before, why would the principal complain this time very bitterly? Because he would say, okay, oh, it was included before also, okay, now also, I think we are not doing much good. So I think, okay, maybe the school might be included in the list before, maybe. So
Uh-huh.
that might not the what principal believe, I guess.
Yeah.
So I thought in that way. So I rejected A, I guess.
I
So
see.
then I then moved to B, and it says that the school in question made the list primarily because of its low fifth grade achievement scores, right? So now this struck me a little bit, like, okay, so this is what essentially, this is what this choice is telling you, that the school that which we are talking about, it made the list because of its low grade achievement score only, like fifth grade achievement score. So I was
Uh-huh.
thinking, okay, how do we know for sure that the principal believed this?
Yeah.
I mean, of course he would definitely react to it, like, if it's the first time or something like that. But do we really know that it's in the list because of fifth grade achievement score only? I mean, I don't understand why. How can we assume that it's only because of the fifth grade achievement score the school is included in the list? So that's how it was a little bit doubtful for me, I guess. But I held into B for some time. But then I moved to other options, C. Okay, students at the school in every grade except the fifth can read and do math well above their grade level. Now this was, see, I think I'm really good in inference sort of thing, because when they say that above their grade level, well, I do not have enough information to claim that, right? We just know that math and reading scores have been going up for every grade, but it doesn't have to necessarily mean that, except the fifth standard, all the other standard students, they are doing well in math, and they are reading well above their grade level. How can we say for sure? Maybe they are as equivalent to their grade level compared to the other schools, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's how I eliminated C, And
I see.
then I went to D. Drug problems at the other elementary schools in the state are much worse than those of the school in the question. Well, well, of course. I mean, drug problems at other schools, maybe uh, they must be they may be worse than the school in the question. But then I think I thought of two reasons to eliminate this. First, I guess it's talking about public elementary school, but then in the D it's talking about any other elementary school, right? We don't know whether the list is of all the schools included, or maybe only public schools included, or maybe combined, yeah, non-public and public schools, right?
Yeah.
So we cannot really say about D.
Yeah, I think D and E are obviously wrong. So I was
Yeah,
confused between B and C. I eventually chose C.
but
Maybe,
then
yeah.
the answer is
Is the answer
B.
B?
Yeah, answer is B.
B? Why did I choose B? Students at the school in every grade can read well above, I guess, well above.
How do you know that it's well above their grade level? Tell me that. Where it is written? How can you infer that?
I thought, well, he thought the principal thought it's unfair because he said, well,
Yeah.
my scores are going up. That must mean that I did well increasing, but are you better than the other schools?
How do you know that? Maybe they were very worse in the beginning and they are improving now,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh. Yes, yes.
So how do you know that they are doing well above their grade level? I mean, there are no any, I mean, there are no any, I think,
I
sentences in the
see. So you're saying that it could have maybe been equal to other grades, equal as well.
yeah,
Improving.
yeah, that's what I am saying.
I see, yeah. But B, I don't know. The school in question made the list primarily.
Yeah, that's what hit me now. It's saying primarily. How do we know that it's primarily? Because I think this is an inference question, and the first definition that I have understood from inference thing is that it must be true based on the facts, right?
Is this an inference question or an assumption question? I thought it was an assumption question.
Oh, okay, okay, right. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. It makes sense. Okay. So it's an assumption question, right? Most
Yep.
likely believes, the following. Okay, that means he is assuming something.
Yep.
Okay. So let us negate it. Let us negate it. So if I
Assumes.
negate it, okay, if I negate it, a school in the question in question made the list primarily because of, okay, so it's a simple negation. The school in question made the list not primarily because of its low fifth grade achievement score. Okay, made the list not primarily or did not make the list. No, I would say right, made the list not primarily. Just put the not in between the list and primarily. Yeah. So now that we negate it, okay, is it breaking the conclusion? School in question made the list not so if we know that the school in question it's not making the list because of the low grade achievement score, do you think that principal should not believe that it's unfair?
Yeah, because if the school in question made the not.
I mean, I'm the principal, and I know I came to know. Okay, so the so our school is not included because of our fifth grade achievement score primarily. I mean, it's not the main reason. So now, do you think that the my argument would break that he would not think it's very unfair? I mean, it's a little bit doubtful, like that's why I think it troubled me a lot. I mean, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we cannot say for sure that it he wouldn't think it's very unfair. He's just telling that okay, only the fifth grade achievement score have been low, and but then but then I now I think that okay, if everything else is good and only the scores are bad for the fifth standard, maybe that's why he thinks it's unfair. And that's why when we know that okay,
Sorry, Prakash, you cut off. I think the internet maybe is a bit weak.
Hello.
Hi, sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, power has come. Okay, wait, let me connect to Wi-Fi. Yeah, so where was I?
Yeah, this one even I'm struggling with. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
The prince. Do you go through the GMAT forum clubs or club forums a lot?
Sorry, come
Do you go
again.
through the forum boards a lot or not really?
Yeah, I go through, but then I read only the experts'
Yeah,
reply. But I'm not always convinced with the reply because I think most of the experts write, like, except for few others like
exactly.
Marty and GMAT Ninja, they would say it's obvious, it's this and that, it's this and that. I find it really irritating.
So let me just why is it? I think the question is the principal is believes it's unfair, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Why does the principal think this is unfair? For him to believe that, for him to believe that this is unfair, what has to be true? The schooling, why does? Yeah, because I chose C because I said, well, does this have to be true? Well, no, I guess it doesn't have. It can be also equal, well above. And maybe they're doing worse. Okay, so Quill made the list primarily because of its low grade, fifth, the lowest achievement scores. But it's saying over here that they're not the lowest.
No, yeah, that's a different thing. They are not lowest in the in that list, not in that list, in the fifth grade achievement score in the city. This is talking about low fifth grade achievement score. It's not lowest, but it's low, right? See,
Yeah.
I think I can articulate it well now. I think the principal knows that, okay, see, everything else is good in this school. There is no graffiti, no one is selling, doing drugs, math and reading scores have been going pretty well. And then he remembers, okay, no, it's only in the fifth grade it's not going well. Yeah, it's been low. But then if I know now, according to the choice B, that our school was listed primarily because of that, and I think the principal would believe that, because only because when he believes, then he would think this is unfair. Because you just negate it. If he doesn't believe that, like, he may suppose that the school did not meet the list primarily because of this, then why would he believe this? It's unfair because he knows that everything else is fine, right? Only the thing that has been troubling him is the low grade, fifth grade achievement score. So I think it breaks the conclusion a little bit. Not much, but I think it gives a reasonable doubt, I think.
I think, Parash, if you just post it on Avi's CR and see what he says. Let's just see if
Mhm.
maybe if Eric can respond or something, Avi.
Yeah.
I
Sure,
think,
I'll post it.
or maybe I can post it too, because I think I get the impression that I'm posting too much on the verbal. So if somebody else does it, that's because I know he does quant more on that online site. But
Yeah, right.
let's just see. Maybe Eric, or maybe just tag Eric, because I think Eric is good. I wanted Eric on this call, but he never.
Yeah, right.
You got a V44. I know that.
V44, my goodness.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I'm if I think it's unfair, it's because I believe that I'm not the worst in the 5th grade category. Isn't that true? If
Makes sense.
if I'm the worst in the 5th grade, why do I think it's unfair?
Yeah. Yep. Right.
The school in question. I'm struggling. I mean, with C, I guess. Does it? Do I? I mean, if I'm equally good in, I'm struggling because of that. I haven't seen this argument type before. Yeah, I'm struggling.
There are no many good
Is
responses.
this GMAT ask? Are you sure this is from GMAT prep, right?
Yeah, this is from GMAT Prep. Yeah.
Because some people are saying this is not GMAT esque at all. I don't know.
That's why I doubted, because in my CR tracker that I have,
Yeah,
it's written as GMAT Prep. So
I don't know if this is GMAT prep. I mean, I can. Oh, is that why you said it's inference because of the tag over here?
yeah.
But I don't think this is an. I mean, I think it's incorrectly tagged personally. Most
Yeah.
likely believes which. Oh, maybe it is an inference actually. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, because he's going up. Okay, so this is an inference question. Maybe you're right, Parash. Maybe you're right.
Okay.
Maybe I was wrong. Yeah. Which one of the following? Yeah, I don't know if this is an OG or because this is okay. Let's just see. Assumes what else? So it's an inference question. But if it is an inference question, if it's unfair, why does he then believe that B is? Because if B is true, how is it unfair though?
Because he thinks that there are schools that are low, that scored lower than their school in the 5th grade, and they are not included in the list.
How do you know those schools are not in the list? It's the worst fit.
Because he says in the last line, you see, everyone on the staff here thinks that it's very unfair, especially when you consider that this school did not even have the lowest 5th grade achievement scores in the city. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can tell that we cannot say. That's why I think I had a doubt in this.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is is this an official question or let's just try to find out.
How do you find out?
Uh-huh. I'll just try to look around. Is this an advanced question? No, I doubt it. This must be some Kaplan or something.
Is it Kaplan question? I don't know.
Yes, this is a Kaplan question.
My God, that's why they make it really. Fuck. Shit.
This is from Kaplan.
But I don't know then why it's included in my OG tracker. I don't know. Okay, I think it's better if we skip this question, because I guess if it's unofficial, then there is no point in arguing, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm nervous to argue about this.
Because that's why I never practice any unofficial question, at least in the verbal. I do practice in quant, but in verbal I never practice. That's because of these reasons,
Yeah.
Like
Let me try. Could you give me like a couple of minutes while I try this one?
sure. Like, we can try your questions. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. I'll just open. Tell me if you have to go because I know it's getting a little late.
no problem with that. I usually sleep at around 2 a.m. No problem.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
Are you a night person? Like more, you tend to do better at night.
Yeah, I feel very relaxed at night, like, I mean, it's very calm and all. I mean, there are no shouts and there are no vehicles,
I
like
know, I know, I
going
know.
on.
I'm a morning person through and through.
But I do wake up at 6:30.
Oh my God, 4 hours of sleep.
It's my normal routine. I mean, I tend to sleep like 5 hours, sometimes 6 hours, but not more than that. But usually it's 5 hours, I think, 5 to 4:30, something like that.
But can you like, do you have to drink coffee only all the time, or how do you only do 5 hours?
I think it's in habit. I mean, I'm
Used to it?
with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm adapted to the situation since very long. So I guess.
So you don't drink coffee or any of those energy drinks, anything like that?
No, no, I do not drink any energy drink. It's very sugar coated.
Yeah. Do you smoke a lot or no
Little
smoking?
bit. Yeah, I smoke,
Okay.
but not much.
Because my dad also is a chain smoker, and he also can be like you, whereas I don't know if smoking does anything, but I doubt it. But
Oh, right. Okay, so you
this
struggle in this section, right?
this one I got on my MBA number 5 on, sorry, on
Right.
GMAT number, on that MBA.com. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
this one. I completely was bamboozled. I just
Hmm.
randomly selected something, but
Yeah. So tell me, like, I mean, I can of course
yeah. So
help.
I was look. So I thought first, what thing is the word or? I think that is
Yeah,
something that is important because
right.
I care more for meaning. I don't really care much for the grammar.
Yeah.
Uh, these researchers reported something or something else. That's what I got the impression.
Okay.
Now, they reported that have resumed nesting. These species have resumed nesting.
Hmm.
I was hoping to see the word and, preferably. They reported X and they reported Y, something like that.
All right.
Or I immediately struggled to understand how could I fit the word or with this root uh, team of researchers reported.
Hmm.
But then maybe my route is different, and maybe my this is maybe instead of maybe this is the route, had resumed nesting or something else.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure what the X and the Y marker was for my parallelism, because initially I thought this was my X was this green thing and Y was this, but I noticed none of the 5 answer choices made sense with it. They reported that or were investigating. How can you report something that you were reported? It doesn't make sense with this, with the X.
Hmm.
That's why I just randomly guessed at this point, but
Hmm.
maybe I think my mistake was assuming that this was the root and the parallelism begins here. But maybe I think something else is the root. When I mean root, I mean before
Yeah,
the
yeah,
X and the Y.
yeah, yeah. I got it. But like, so what do you think? What's the most two common parallel entities that could be here?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. A team is reporting something, right? So they report something, and then they say, okay, like those five endangered species, they had resumed nesting, or I don't know, or maybe those species, they were investigating nesting boxes. Maybe they hadn't resumed nesting, or they were investigating something, right? Don't you think that two things could be parallel? Like either the birds were had resumed nesting, or they were investigating nesting boxes.
Yeah, I think I struggle to understand how can the bird investigate. I'm sure the GMAT has put that there. I thought it made sense for the researchers to be investigating something.
So they report something, right? So investigating, I mean, they are already reporting something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So had it been the case, like they are investigating, I mean, it doesn't make sense. A team of researchers reported or a team of researchers investigated.
I
Why
see.
do you say that? Why do you say that? I mean,
Yeah.
either you reported and investigated, and that's I think that's the half the reason they haven't marked or in the underlined portion, because then people would be really confused that whether it should be or and or something which should be parallel, and that's why they kept the or I think in the non-underlined portion, just to give us a benefit for that.
So you never assumed that the root was the
No, I was
X-ray was
no,
this?
no. I was in the beginning when I saw or I struck me, okay, two things must be parallel here. So let me think what could be parallel. Okay, they're reporting something, and this reported happened in the past, so that must be a fact. So what could be other two things that could be parallel? Then I saw, okay, so the species had resumed nesting. Okay, so now so like they are nesting and all, or maybe they had resumed nesting, or maybe not. They were investigating nesting. Maybe they haven't resumed nesting. Maybe they were investigating boxes, to which boxes they should select for nesting, right? Does it make sense?
So they were investigating. Also,
The
the birds itself were investigating.
the birds, and so birds do that, right? Like they go to a tree and then they try to find it out, okay, which is the safe place to nest, and then they bring those I don't know what do you call it, nesting materials from outside, like be it wire or some sort of cloth or anything, and they build a nest with it, right? So they sort of investigate in the beginning, I guess, like which could be the safest place to nest. So I think it makes logical sense to that birds can investigate, right?
You
After
don't
all,
think,
they're building nest.
you don't think I see what you're saying when you said the team of researchers reported that they were that they were investigating. I think this is okay. The team of researchers reported that they were investigating, but then the word "they" is missing anyways.
Yeah, you can say that there is missing.
Because do you think is it really illogical to say that team of researchers reported that they themselves were investigating nesting boxes? I don't think it's illogical, but
But then, but then, what it should be parallel with? They reported and they were investigating, or they reported or investigating. How? But I mean, this is illogical.
yeah.
They either it can be they either reported or they either investigated, right? It has to be either they reported and investigated, sort of that thing.
No, I was thinking that a team reported that the birds flew away and were investigating why, something like that. So I that's what I was hoping that the X and Y markers were.
So okay, but then you kept and, right? See,
Yeah.
there is or, right?
Oh, yeah. I think that word "or" is really the reason why you can't bring this team of researchers reported.
Yeah, I think that's why it's not in the underlying portion.
Yeah, so that's why. So yeah, I completely guessed on this one, and I guess it's D most likely.
Yeah, it's D.
Another one I struggled with. I think.
This one?
Yeah. Parash, tell me when you're feeling too tired or something, okay? Otherwise,
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
I think I chose A for. Oh, Lord.
I think you have written in by the email what you chose.
Yeah, I chose. Why did I just give me 1 second? Why did I choose? Let me just tell you what my thought process was.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I think I chose an A, but I think the wrong is the comparison. In A, many species of dinosaurs had a metabolism like a warm than a cold-blooded.
Why do you think A is wrong? I think A is perfectly fine.
Some scientists contend that the let me just read this. So I think I like B over A for many reasons. I think B is the comparison is a bit better because you're comparing metabolism with mammals' metabolism and reptiles' metabolism.
All right, but then metabolism, is it a singular or plural?
Singular.
Then can you see metabolism of species where?
Oh my goodness, great. The but was okay. Good lord, yeah. Oh god, this is wrong.
But I think even if it was, it would be again, I guess, a little bit off, I think. Because you see, like I'll give an example. Like you can say, like, you know, like people contend that property of many like people contend, or like scientists contend, or whatever, people, the property of many property of many engines, or maybe anything, right? They were more like you are writing property of many chemicals were more like what?
More like
Suppose give it anything like access properties.
medicines, or more like the property of many. Okay, the property of many. I can just put an animal of many dogs, or more like cats.
Or like a cats. Okay, a cats. Okay, and leave it there, and cats. Then
Rats. Something like that.
rats. Now, do you think this property, what they are talking about, is a single property of many dogs? This single property is exhibited in many dogs, which is more, which does make more sense. In A, it's saying many species had a metabolism, all right? And B is telling metabolism of many species. So it's like you in one hand you are saying, you know, many dog species had a property, and in B you are saying property of many dogs. So isn't it like sounding sort of a property that is a single property, sort of, you know, like how could a single property be exhibited in all of dogs? Many dogs have a common property, maybe this species property. I mean, I don't know if I'm able to articulate it well, but I think that's also off, I guess.
I see. You're saying that you're saying that let's use the same thing. Metabolism of many dogs is okay.
I think if it has to be plural. I think if it had to make more sense. I mean, there cannot be a singular entity that, right? I mean,
People contend that the metabolism that the that many that dogs contend that
many dogs metabolism.
dogs
Dogs had a metabolism. Yeah, metabolism.
more like a cat's.
This makes more sense, right? Dogs had a metabolism, and metabolism of many dogs. I mean, it's something. Why did I give the example of property? It meant like a single property is divided into many people, right? It's happening something like that. A single metabolism is some sort of a entity, and it's divided into many dogs. The B is meaning that, I guess. But
Yes.
I think it's saying that these dogs had a metabolism, right? So they each have a metabolism, sort of that thing.
I see that the species of dinosaur, the okay, let's, you meant, okay, then that the species of dogs had a metabolism more like a cat's is. So you're saying that all of these cats and rats and dogs fall under the same species. I mean, that's why they have the same metabolism.
I mean, yeah, what I meant to say is that they have a metabolism, like, like they each have a metabolism. But B is not meaning that. It's just like there is some sort of metabolism which is divided among this groups, I think. I don't know. I mean, it sounded like that. The B is of, even if it is like without singular subject verb disagreement, it would be a little bit incorrect, I guess. But I don't know. It would be a tough choice, I guess. That's why they gave it where, I guess.
Yeah, the metabolism of, no, I mean, I like how you thought about it, because I think that's what Avi was saying was meaning. Like, even if this was, you would have eliminated B.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you mean the metab, are you talking about the specific? Are you going off that what Avi said, that the metabolism is something very specific?
Yeah, I mean, like it's a unique entity. It's a unique metabolism, and it's shared among all. It cannot be possible, right? They each have a metabolism, right? So
I see. So you're saying that the metabolism is referring to the dinosaurs, and some sudden that same metabolism of the dinosaur is seen in.
yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The metabolism, that the species had a metabolism, that many species of dinosaur had a metabolism like. Are you saying that the word warm-blooded mammals and cold-blooded mammals are belonging to the same species of dinosaur, same species, and dinosaurs, warm-blooded, cold-blooded, all are under one umbrella?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just telling that A is making more sense in regard to that. That that B is telling you about a single metabolism, the metabolism, right?
Mm-hmm.
While A is telling you that they each had a metabolism, right? They each had a metabolism, and this dinosaur's metabolism it was more like a warm-blooded metabolism than rather like a cold-blooded reptile's metabolism.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. That the metabolism.
This is C, D, E are like they are very wrong,
Yeah.
because you can see this plural, it's saying metabolism of metabolisms, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is redundant. Like there's those, and there's no need for all that.
Yeah, yeah.
That the metabolism were more like a warm-blooded metabolism. Yeah. Many species had a metabolism more like that. Many species of dinosaur. So just curious, what do you mean by species of dinosaur? What does that mean exactly?
Species is basically a large group of dinosaurs. There might be different, like other types of dinosaurs. Someone is T-Rex, someone is Velociraptor. They all belong to same species, but they different. They belong to different I think genre, or what they call it.
So the T-Rex versus the Brontosaurus,
they all belong to same species. They are a species of dinosaur, right?
Yeah.
Just like cats and lion are species of, their species is the same. A cat is sort of a lion, but then their genus is different. A cat is different family, and lion is different family, but their species is the same. That means their ancestor is same, you know.
Yeah. So can I just want to be sure that I understand just from a construction purposes.
Yeah, yeah.
Some contend that many species. So I think what this is saying is that T-Rex, Brontosaurus, I guess some dinosaurs that are in the water. I don't know which dinosaur
Yeah.
in the water. All of them had a metabolism more like a warm,
Warm-blooded. You can take warm-blooded as like mammals, a cow, a
cow,
pig. Or something.
like a
Yeah,
cow.
yeah, cows.
More like a cows.
Then a snakes.
Then a
Reptile.
yeah. Then a snakes. A snakes, I guess, yeah. I think that the metabolism of tier had like a cows. Similar to harshes then. If I try to, I'm not sure if Parash, if I can respectfully. If many human beings, many contend that the reasoning skills of many human beings are more like Parash's reasoning skills than Avi's reasoning skills. Many contend that many human beings have reasoning skills more like Parash's than Avi's.
So when you insert da, it's basically talking about this a proper noun, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So do you think like they all have the same reasoning skill? I mean, I know this is weird, but do you think a dinosaur had the same metabolism, the metabolism, than of cat or snake? I mean, metabolism is a phenomenon, right? That they each have their own metabolism, but their metabolism is more like to that, similar to that can be similar to one another, but you cannot like divide a singular metabolism, you know, like a proper noun metabolism among different groups. It's like dividing money among different groups. You are dividing metabolism among different groups. It cannot, it is, I mean, indivisible, sort of that thing, I think.
That many human beings have reasoning skills more like hyenas than a snakes. The reasoning skills of human beings are more like hyenas' reason.
Why don't you put property like what I was saying? You say,
yep.
I can say property is like assets, like it's property, assets and property. Okay. So you can write many contend that many people have what the property have property have properties no have property more like a rich man's property, a rich man's than a poor one, like poor man's, right? Now you can copy that and you can edit then the property you have to write. Is it making sense?
Yeah, it's not for me, unfortunately. I guess what you're saying is this is very specific to many people, and I guess you can't apply it to a rich man's and a poor man's.
Yeah.
I'm not 100%, but I guess the war is there.
Yeah, that's a deterministic error, but yeah.
Yeah, this one I struggle. No, this one we don't have to do. I think this one. Yeah, this one I think I chosen. I think I chose A for this one.
A?
Yeah, I think it's wrong though.
How can it be A? I mean, this is like idiom error, I think. This is a very old question, I guess, because it's fairly based on idiom, like as many independent institutions you have, and then you have then. You cannot do that, right?
Then those that
You cannot say like more than 3 times as many independent institution charge X then and then those that charge. Like this is something like as many X charge then Y. As many X charge then Y.
Did I do this one? I think I'm pretty sure I did this. Let me see, according to well, I was curious, what did you select for this one? Or you didn't even do it?
D delta.
According to let me just convert this. 5 times as many. Let's just say 5 times as many. It's a bit easier.
Yeah.
Sure.
You just keep it independent institution of higher education, this X, just keep it X.
5 times as many.
X, as many X. X is some sort of person or like entity,
George, 5 times. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. 5 times as many X charged under 8,000 a year, then.
Now, can you see as many X charged then?
Charge 8,000. Charge 8,000. Let's just get rid of this as well. Then charge 15,000. but I thought D was not a comparison marker.
So do you think as many x as y is not a comparison?
As many x as y. Oh, as many x as y. As many. So x is a clause. Is that what I'm saying? As many x charge
Yep.
1,000 as
X again. I
uh,
mean, this is talking about X only. I mean, there are different institutions, like the left side is different institution, the right side is different institution. As many X charge as X charge over 16,000. Like they are talking about like two different groups of institution. One charges 8,000 and one charges 16,000 over 16,000. But like the one that charges 8,000, they're like 5 times the one that charges 16,000.
Normally, I thought as many. Oh shit. As many x as y charge. As many colleges. As many U.S. based colleges as India based colleges charge money. I thought that's what the idiom was.
No, that's wrong, right?
As
There is
many.
no, I mean, you are comparing to noun only here. I mean, there is no verb. I mean, in the right side, you have singular verb, subject and verb. Then in the left side, you have only noun, right?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
I think that's how I would speak, but maybe that's why it's wrong. As many x as y. As many people charge money as
As other people charge, something like that.
Is I guess the x is eclipsed, I guess, in this case.
Yeah, this is ellipsis.
As you think this is a good question to learn from, or you don't think so?
I mean, I don't think so, because this is like really idiom based, as I told you already, right? It's like as many then is not a idiom. As many as is an idiom. You can insert x and y in between. So I don't think that there is much to learn from. And these are like fairly old, like I guess 2014-15 OG questions, just like 2004. It was tested way back in 2004, I guess. So
I think this is from my MBA 5. Yeah. Let me try this. I'm not sure.
yeah, you just try. I mean, I just come from the washroom. Okay, just 2 minutes.
Just give me a second. I have to take a. Let me just. I also just go to the kitchen, just drink some water.
All right. See you in 2 minutes.
Oh my God. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch the match. No, I mean, it's such a bad performance I've not seen by India.
Happens.
Just give me a second. I think I did this. I think I had selected B, but I don't know if it's right or wrong.
B or D? B for Bravo?
Yeah, Bravo, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's wrong. So,
But don't like while selecting B, did you not come across this word accepted? I mean, is that even does it make sense?
so I'll tell you what I did. So I think A, C, and D are wrong because of wrong comparison. Because you can't compare a contribution to a company.
Right.
Between B and E,
Yep. Yep.
let me just say
So why did you not select E?
yeah, just give me a second. I think I had something few of the contributions departed significantly from the usual amounts. Water. I think I had some issue with the word departed, but maybe I was wrong.
Why? Why do you think departed is wrong?
I thought departed was a past participle verb ed because it doesn't make few of the contributions departed. I guess that's okay. Like
Yeah,
it's a verb.
it's a verb.
Yeah.
Contribution departed significantly from. See, I mean, I do not quite agree with some of the things that Avi says. I cannot say him upfront, but then I can share with you. Like he says, na, like you have to eliminate with respect to meaning. But I guess that's not entirely true also. See, they out of the 5 choices, if you think you can eliminate more deterministic errors from grammar, then it's good for you, right? Because then you have to choose only between two, and then you can like literally reduce your effort and time, right, to solve a question. And GMAT is all about time management, right? So I think the more you do that, and between the two you select, then you have to go for the meaning or in a higher difficulty question. So that I think so if because you choose departed as a deterministic error, that's how you faltered. That's why you faltered.
Yeah, it
You
should
should
have.
not.
I think
Yeah.
in B off those is redundant, I think.
From the usual amount, yeah, definitely. Wait. Accepted whereas to departure contributions were a departure from the usual amount of contributions given by. No, I don't think so. It's
Yeah, maybe it's not.
amount, amount of contributions given by. No, it's fine. It's yes. I
What?
think it's the problem is with the word accepted.
Really? I did not think that was an issue.
Because you wouldn't say few of the contributions of this fund, comma, whatever that is Pterocom's contribution accepted, or you would rather say accept the contribution of Pterocom, maybe that would make more sense, I guess.
No, I've definitely seen this structure when I am reading or something. Is that really
I think that's the main issue, I guess
expected or accepted?
don't go with crack verbal, they are shit, please, sorry. Don't go with crack verbal, they
Yeah,
don't know.
those is wrong.
Again, he is writing expected.
Accepted. No, it should be accepted. Is this expected or accepted first?
It's accepted. I think earlier it was expected, then they made an edit. Someone noticed that. I think it's the wrong word there. That's why they edit and then.
Let's see. This guy is very good. GMAT Guru. What do you think of GMAT Guru?
I haven't followed his post like too often. I don't know.
Yeah, it's saying those is redundant. Here the referent for those seems to be contributions. Was a huge X were a usual departure from the usual amount of contributions?
How it's this redundant?
Because
I
if
mean,
you because
amount of contribution. Yeah, tell me.
if you let's say you get rid of it. X were a substantial departure from the usual amount, which already means contribution. $100 from the usual $100 given by large companies. Do you really need to say it from the usual $100?
Yeah, I mean, I think
contributions.
I guess
Off $100 off contributions given. Do you really need to say that? X for a substantial departure from the usual $100 of contributions of gifts on the usual X for a substantial from the usual $100 given by large company. But maybe a contribution. I guess it's not a it's not 100%.
yeah, I think so.
So you saying that you eliminated because of accepted?
Yeah.
Could you I okay. So you're saying what didn't you like about the structure? Because I'm pretty sure I've not just in my normal course of reading books or something, magazines. I don't see what's wrong.
I mean, all right. I don't know. I mean, I think we would have made more sense if it had it been the case like, I mean, accept Pterocom's contribution, maybe something like that. But Pterocom's contribution accepted is like, are you saying you have accepted Peter's Pterocom's contribution, sort of that thing?
X EX. So accepted is something accept. So this is means exception.
Accepted.
Exception.
Yeah. I'm telling that only. Sorry. So accepted, or what do you call it? I don't know. My accent is a little bit far off. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, it should be accept Pterocom's contribution,
I
or
see.
yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be Pterocom's. I mean, it feels like you are giving a narration, like Pterocom's contribution accepted, like that. I mean, I visualize in that way. I mean, so
let's just see what are those.
see if any.
GMAT Guru, is he there?
See in the second page, I guess. There is a second page. I guess.
No, there's no second page.
Oh.
Sometimes you know what? You can ask Avi on these GMAT. You know his ID, right? Avi's on GMAT clubs.
Yeah. I know.
Because I keep sometimes.
But I generally ask Marty and this Jim Ninja. I mean, they are really good in verbal, at least.
Marty is very good. Marty is extremely good. Sometimes with Avi, don't mention it. Sometimes he's like, he tells me something and I have like 10 follow-up questions. I'm like, can you?
I mean, yeah, he's more like a quant, I guess, quant expert. I mean, everyone has their own field. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, I think people are saying that. The usual amount. B is incorrect because of incorrect comparison. Few of the contributions to the
No,
usual amount.
I don't think I don't go with anyone's like opinion like that. I guess they are not experts, so
To the contribution. Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. Is there any...
Yeah, I'm not sure why those is wrong though. I have to be honest with you. I mean, on the usual $100 of those, few of the
that's why I'm saying, I mean, I
few
don't know.
gifts were subtracted from the usual $100 of gifts. Were from the usual $100.
Why don't you address this to Marty? I guess he would be in a better position to tell. I mean, just mention the specific option B, I guess, with related to both accepted and this contribution. Those, he responds pretty fast, I guess. I think he would get the response by next day.
Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm not I mean, even though this is GMAT prep, this comes from the, I don't know. What do you think of this?
What?
You can't compare the contribution versus the amount of the contribution.
I don't think the verbal has a really gray area. I can't. I mean, that's why I don't see this opinions given by the students, because they're not in a better position to judge them, right? I mean, they could be right, they could be wrong, but an expert will most likely be right. I mean, that's why.
Yeah, even GMAT Ninja didn't reply.
Yeah, see to the top, bottom of the post. No experts, right?
Yeah, I think I'll ask Marty how.
Yeah, you better ask Marty, I think, and point out those two like issues, like one with the word accepted and one with the word those. Like, is it redundant or not? Something.
Tell me if you want to if you want to stop.
Oh, yeah, let's finish this, man. Let's finish this.
I think. Let's try a CR. Let's try this one. This one. Just give me a second. I think I. Was not happy with what I chose, but
What you chose?
I was between B and D for me. I think I would just go with B. I will go with B.
B for Bravo.
Yeah. What did you?
Right.
I'm not sure why. I mean, I guess I eliminated the rest.
Yeah. I think it makes sense because all the four other options are not really good, and I think say B could be a good weakener. I don't know how it's a strengthener, but it could be a good weakener.
What is B saying in your opinion? Can you, if you rephrase, what is it saying?
Yeah. So B says that like HDL's benefit is correlated to HDL's effect on LDL's level. Like So if I want to be precise, it's like HDL will benefit when you have this optimal level of LDL levels. Like when you have this only LDL levels in optimal region, then only you will get the benefit of HDL, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now think about it. That means when you eat chicken or when you eat fish to your diet, it's 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 not going to do anything to your LDL level, right? So your LDL level maybe remains same. So even though you are adding chicken and fish, the HDL, the benefits of HDL may not be there because of chicken or fish. So it's not entirely necessary to add chicken or fish.
But you already know your LDL is already good. So
That's why I'm saying, because if you know that LDL levels affect your benefits of HDL, right? So if you're adding chicken and fish, which is doing nothing to your LDL levels, and your LDL levels are in the optimal region, so even though you're eating, you're not getting any benefit of increasing HDL, because those lower LDL levels is already having an effect on the benefit of HDL, right? So I mean, it's like you're eating for nothing, something like that.
So you're saying that given you know that your LDL levels are good, you thus can know that eating chicken is beneficial because your LDL is good and your HDL will increase because of the chicken.
Yeah, but then the benefit of HDL only comes from lower LDL levels, right?
Lower LDL?
Yeah, I mean,
it's within that optimal range.
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, optimal range, right? Then why you're eating chicken and fish despite the fact that your LDL levels are already in the optimal range? I mean, the benefit that you are getting from HDL is already you are getting, right? Without eating chicken and fish.
What should be most significant for determining whether to add such foods to our diet? Yeah. What do you think about D?
D is saying that plant-based diets reduce some of both good and so we already know. So this is like, like evaluate question, right? So when we're evaluating, we need to, I think as a consultant, I always see in this way, like what should you know to evaluate what you are concluding, right? So you want to see whether adding chicken or fish, whether you should include chicken or fish in your diet or not, right? So what do you know about it? Like you're already eating plant-based diet, and you have already optimal range of LDL level. Now you are telling me indeed that, okay, plant-based diets reduce the sum of both good and bad cholesterol. You already know that plant-based diet reduce bad cholesterol. That's why your LDL is in the optimal region, right?
Yep.
And you also know that your HDL is low, right?
Yep.
Because you're eating plant-based diets only, right?
Yeah.
So
It doesn't.
essentially, D is only telling the thing that you already know. So what additional information it's giving us to evaluate our conclusion? Nothing. So that's why I think D is wrong.
The body produces all of the LDL it needs, so it's unnecessary to consume food containing. So C, I guess, is wrong because maybe about her good level and thus consider consuming just chicken or fish that would increase her blood level. C, I think, is wrong because maybe the chicken, you don't know if the chicken from C would perhaps reduce your LDL. Oh,
Yeah, look at it in that way always. I mean, whether this information would bring any value, whether you should add chicken or not in your diet.
do you know if the chicken would do anything to your LDL levels, either increase or decrease?
No, we don't know. But you know that HDL would increase if you eat chicken.
Yeah. The benefit of HDL is strictly due to its effects on LDL.
So they have tied the benefits to LDL, right?
Yeah.
It's what the missing gap was, I guess.
The benefits of HDL is strictly due to its effects. So because LDL levels are a certain level, then only you'll get the effects of HDL. Isn't
Yep.
that
Yeah.
what is this one? Yeah, I think I'll have to just review it once more just to be sure I understand it. So Parash, I think my brains are fried at the moment. I do.
All right.
I
No
would
problem.
like to go. I love just discussing, just doing this essentially with somebody, and that's why I thought this was hopefully helpful to both of us.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
If
Were
you
you discussing this also with someone else? Like,
yeah, with Srijita, she was I found her on Facebook GMAT. But yeah, I do it with Srijita was her name. Yeah, yeah.
was she's good in verbal or quant or anything?
She's no longer doing the GMAT. She got her score that she wanted.
Oh, how much she scored? Like, what's
She
this?
scored a 680, and that was enough for her. She was trying for IIT executive program, and I think for 690 is the cutoff for them.
All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think so. I'm always, yeah. If let's see, Eric said he may join next. I don't know, but if he doesn't do well, but I enjoyed it. See if it's helpful. I'm more than happy to perhaps just do this once a week or something like that.
Yeah, we not once a week, I guess. Like we can do twice a week, I guess.
Yeah. I am. Yeah, I'm open to it. I'll let you know. But I really like this session. But I can't more than 90 minutes. I think I struggle.
No, fine. I mean, I guess I also like the session. I mean, I also learned a lot from you. I mean, that snowmobiling sort of thing, I didn't know. I mean, it was not natural for me, I guess. So yeah.
All right. It was good to.
Right.
It was good to talk to you, my man.
Yeah, same here.
Take it easy, yeah?
All right.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.